Hello YouTubers. Sorry about the way that part one ended about the Vise repair that we have going here. I lost the video footage, and when I edited it, for some reason the footage just disappeared. So I can't explain it. I'm not a videographer yet. I'm still learning. But anyway, this is excuse me, this is moving on to part two. Well, it looks like the paint's dry on our parts here. I can see on this part here there's looks like some pieces of metal that are embedded in the teeth here. I'm going to have to go in there with some kind of a scraper and clean that out. Other than that, these things look pretty good. Here's a close-up view of how those teeth interact. This thing, when you tighten it up, it moves up and then pulls forward to tighten it down. So let me work on getting this cleaned up, and then we'll put this back together and see what we have. Well, I got those teeth cleaned out, but as you can see, there's a few teeth here that have a little bit of damage, and when you put the mating part of the vise on there, they don't quite engage properly. You can see they're not quite engaged, where down here they engage much better. So I'm going to go in here with a file and I'm going to work on these teeth and get them cleaned up off camera, and then we can start maybe getting this thing put back together. I went and got me this file. It's kind of a knife-bladed file. It's a fine-tooth file. See if we can do something with these teeth here to clean them up a little bit. Looks like this thing got beat on with a hammer or something, because it kind of just folded these teeth over. So we'll try to get them cleaned out here. I know this is probably kind of boring, just watching an old man file, but what the heck? It's just YouTube, right? See if that's fitting any better now. It's a little bit better, but it's still. Whoop. Still not seeming to get. Where's OA bomb at when there's some real work to be done? I enjoy watching his channel. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's called A-Bomb 79. He's a machinist, and he's an artist in his own right. If you've ever watched any of his videos, I'm sure you'll agree. The man really knows what to do. And a lot of times he'll have a project and I'll scratch my head and wonder how in the heck is he going to fix that? But he figures out a way. Well, that's fitting a lot better now. So I think that's going to work. So we'll get to putting this thing back together. Okay, we've got this vise all cleaned up here, and we're going to reassemble it. I wanted to show you some of the, I showed you how the vise jaw works in here. I already got this part assembled. Got the shims in there. The bolt was actually a 5/16 18. It was a coarse thread, not a fine thread like I stated in the earlier video. Also on this rack here, you can see it's got these little cams. When this thing is, it's going to go on there sooner or later. There we go. You can see when this thing cams up, the thing raises up to engage the other paw. And it has some lugs here at the front to keep the rack in the proper position, which is kind of unique. So let's put this thing back together and we'll see how she works. First of all, I also noticed that this pin here that I thought was a tapered pin, it's just a 1/4 inch pin that they've kind of bent it up a little bit so it doesn't fit in the hole very easily. You have to kind of pound it in, and that's what holds it in. So I don't know if this is originally the way it was made or this was a repair somebody did along the line, but we're going to put it back together this way and see if she works. To get this on here, you have to rotate the handle clear down to the bottom position and then rotate it back around. Then this cam action device fits on there, and you have to fit it on to where the hole lines up. And let's see here. Can't really see if it lines up. Let me get a block of it here. Can't tell how we're doing here. I could do it this way. There we go. And this, we're just going to fit it in there, into that hole. And it's a tight fit because it's kind of bent. And that holds it in. And then the other jaw just slides on here. We talked about putting some more shims in this little part of the mechanism here. But I got to thinking about it, and this thing hangs by this part here when it's mounted on the bench. So I'm not exactly sure how far this part's going to be dropping down. So what I thought I'd do is wait till I got it installed on my bench, and if it needs to be adjusted, I can take it back off and do that. Right now, it seems to be working just fine, and when it locks over, the handle is down. I got to thinking if you put more shims in there, maybe you wouldn't be able to rotate the handle quite as far, and it'd be sticking up in your way here where you're trying to work. So I thought I'd wait till I got it mounted on my bench and see if that would work. Anyway, for right now, I think I got a good deal on this vise because it seems to be working just perfectly. It's just old and needs to be cleaned up and a little TLC, and I think I'm going to have a good vise for my workbench I'm planning on building. I'm planning on building a woodworker's bench, and I need a good vise. The vise actually, it mounts down below the wood like this, and like your regular woodworking vices on a workbench, and if you've seen those, you know what it's like. Anyway, this is Stretch saying, remember, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and always remember, work smarter, not harder. See you next time.